Good morning, traders and investors. This is MDB Modified Darvas Box coming at you here with another weekend review. I did not have a weekend review last week because I had a lot of personal crap come up, namely potential lawsuits and stuff like that. But there's good news. It's still a bull market, and now I've switched from a $1,000 an hour lawyer to a $500 an hour lawyer. Woo! But these are all, high-class problems, and they'll all get resolved in time. And actually, it's not as bad as it looks. So here's the good news. The other good news is that it's still a bull market. And what we're going to see in today's weekend review is just a lot more bullish charts. And there are a few bearish charts, but the majority is tilted bullish. So a lot of bad, crazy headlines are happening, but the charts, the action, it's all bullish. So I think you'll probably be nodding your heads in agreement by the end of this little video. So let's get into it. For anyone who's never watched one of these, I'm an independent trader, investor. I developed my own unique trading strategy based on the book How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market by Nicholas Darvas. And I've added other concepts from other strategies as well, like the strategy, et cetera, et cetera. My whole setup and system is predicated on signals, trading signals, which some people might not agree that they're signals, but I could definitely prove that they are valid trading signals. And in my opinion, they're more reliable than drawing trend lines or using moving averages. Many would disagree with me there, but it is what it is. You got to find your own way, find your own voice, find your own system. You can see here on the charts, I've got ranges boxed up with different box ranges to show that you can also call them bases, but then inside of them are different colors. On my charts here, the colors all mean different signals because that's how I program them. And the whole point is to see the signal and then prepare to trade the reaction to the signal, because the reaction to the signals are, in my opinion, more important than the signal itself. Because the reaction is how the market confirms, yeah, we're going to do what the signal showed, or maybe they've got other things in mind. So you'll see more color signals in here, and I'll explain them on some other charts if you've never seen them before. So anyways, let's get into it. And today is Saturday the 19th, and we started just here a couple minutes ago. Right now it's 10:14 a.m. here in cloudy and overcast Florida. Okay, so first chart, I've got 6 different charts which I keep track of different stocks. I'm always flipping through them and moving stuff around, but I always start here on indexes. Start with the MLP index because it just shows the loveliest uptrend. I own a bunch of these in my income portfolio account because they pay steady Eddie, and I just love my dividend checks coming in. Getting paid when you're asleep, not working, etc. It really helps you in your life, and also it can help you in your trading because you won't have to worry about the P&L on your individual position, and you can let chart patterns play out, etc. Some people, are only focused on the capital gains, and that's good, but capital gains is well, let's just put it this way. Try and make it as easy as possible. Let's see, ARC. Okay. It's a bull market when Kathy Wood is making money, or at least her funds are going up. Has to be a bull market because that's the only other thing to explain it. The reason why I have this chart, though, is because it's got a lot of the colors, which helps show my various signals. Yellow is a very bullish signal right there. Blues are also bullish signals, though the reactions to them, it's always the most important. What's the reaction to them? Pink bars are also the same signal as the blues, only they have sort of a downward bias, whereas the blues have an upward bias. And then you get these orange ones, like I've circled here. Those are hammers and inverse hammers, also called shooters. And those can signal topping or bottoming patterns. So again, you see the signal, and then you trade the reaction to the signal. This one worked like a charm right here. Shooter bar right there signals, hey, it may be set to reverse the trend, and it did. 1, 2, 3, and then the market sort of stabled out. But that's how you can use colors in your charts to show signals. Okay, BZJ, proxy for oil. Notice how oil had this sort of box breakdown here, but then immediate rebound, and now it's just sort of bobbing around. Not very many clear trends in oil at the moment, but a little of a downward bias, but nothing too insane. There's the big one everyone wants to see, the NASDAQ. Well, look at what we have here. We have a box breakout with volume right there. See it? Everybody sees it right there? And what's really kind of cool is it just shows, I guess, people have been fighting it. They've been reading the bearish headlines. No, 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 it's a sell. Oh, yeah? Well, you had a bullish yellow bar signal right here, a positive reaction to that, so you could get long right in there, and then it's just grinded its way higher. And, you could have panicked during this bar, but this bar turned out to be a bullish hammer. And look what it's done again. It's formed another bullish hammer. The way you trade them, just draw a line across the top. When price goes above that line, that's your buy signal, baby. That's where you should be smashing the buy key. It's also a point you can judge the action against it as well. Like on this reaction right here, you saw the signal on the weekend. Well, you didn't even have to trade it until you could just watch and let it do its thing. But then once it figured itself out, then you're a buyer. So I've been saying it's a bull market. I believe the charts agree with me. And you see how, now granted, is it ripping? No, but it's grinding. And man, that's bullish. And now we have a box breakout, and I would expect price to just keep going higher. When we look at fundamental numbers, like the earnings per share estimates, which I download from S&P and all that, it also shows upward trajectories and forecasts. All this shit goes hand in hand. Fundamentals and technicals. That's why Nicholas Darvas was a techno-fundamentalist. Most people ignore fundamental side and just rely on the charts, but I don't know. I think you should use both. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight, in my opinion. Crypto, Ethereum, well, doing pretty much nothing, bouncing along the bottom of its Darvas box. You got the red volume right here, which shows how people wanted out of it. So, and currently they haven't wanted to come back into it. So it's a nothing burger. Why waste your time? FFTY, box breakout. The volume was a little low, but that's all right. But it just confirms there's an upward trend. This is a proxy for growth stocks. China. The virus came from China. You see here, it had the huge rip on the China stimulus, but now an even bigger sell-off as maybe people came to their senses and realized how murky the Chinese market is, and maybe a stimulus isn't quite what Westerners think it means in China. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, but if you do want to trade it, be my guest. However, when you get a big green followed by a ginormous red bar right here, that's telling you that the air has come out of the sails right there. If you're expecting more uptrend, this here should deflate you right there. Because that tells you that the real big people really took their money out. Yeah, they enjoyed these 2-week run, but blammo. And now there's a whole bunch of crew of people sitting here going, come on, keep going back up. It may not happen. Supply and demand. Demand, supply. and supply is way bigger than the demand bar. So buyer beware. Gold, man, the gold keeps going up. The vote of no confidence on what's going on with our economic system. Every time gold goes up, it's like a vote of no confidence. It's amazing. And we know Buffett is raising cash like it's going out of style. I mean, what does that mofo know that none of us know? But at the moment, if you really want to hedge against the system, there, buy gold. Look at it. It's going up. Lovely uptrend. High yield bonds came out of this huge long box range, moving higher. Junk bonds. And junk is a sort of a good proxy on economic conditions. When junk is going up, it means conditions are getting better, not worse. Here you go. Insurance, one of the best sectors out there. Again, hammer time, keeps going up. This one's been working great in the trust portfolio. I'm a trustee on a family trust, and yeah, we added some of this. It's just awesome. Look at it. Bitcoin, proxy for Bitcoin. Sideways box range, but look how it's come on strong these last few weeks. Looks like it wants to go for a breakout. Looked at the buyers, but it's not there yet. So everybody wants to pronounce crypto's going to 1 million or Bitcoin's going to 1 million. Hold your horses. It's not there yet. One day at a time. Software keeps moving higher. Box breakout right here. Yellow bar buy signal. Market's telling you, go to software. Housing, ITB. So we had the big yellow bar buy signal here. It's been moving up, but not super strong, little herky-jerky. You had a trading signal right here, an inside bar. It sort of triggered, but then the bull said, yeah, nah, we'll take it higher again. When you see signals, you don't have to take signals. And maybe you throw some volume on here. There's no red volume. So you sit and stay the course. But housing just keeps moving higher, and it'll keep moving higher until they really whack it and then the trend changes. Microcaps moving towards a box breakout. Not the greatest sector, but bullish. IWM, oh, box breakout. Is the market bullish? I mean, here's another confirmation. There you go. IYH, the healthcare. Now this is interesting. This, I could draw a box range here and be pretty confident on that. And the reason why, we've got a high range right here. It goes lower for 3 weeks, but 3 weeks is roughly my minimum. And now it's been making lower lows. Low, whoops, low, low, low. And now that it's rebounded here, that's a potential box range. I really want to see it stay above this low for another week, and then I'll be really confident. But that's how I draw boxes. That's it. That's the secret formula. You cracked it. You cracked the code. Transports. Transports moving higher. Look at that. Box breakout. But it was low volume. And now look what we got. We got a shooter bar, an inverse hammer on some volume too. So maybe the transports aren't convinced yet that it's a bull market. We'll see. Equal weighted NASDAQ, box breakout, moving higher, trying to. Fizz, that's the gold. I stupidly sold it here. It wasn't a big position or anything, but you know, giving up on an easy money like that, ugh, it's just an outrage. Makes me feel less of a trader. This here would be a potential scary bar, but then look how it reacted. Even bigger buying right there. That's how you evaluate. You don't panic when something happens. You evaluate the reactions. What do we got here? QQQs? Yeah, same as the NASDAQ. There's that buy signal grinding higher. but not a box breakout. Isn't that interesting? The NASDAQ is, the QQQ is not. Subtle differences, my friends, subtle differences. RSP, way stronger than the tech side because Main Street's doing much better now that the Fed cut rates a little bit. And look at it go. Uptrend, buy it. And what's great here, which I love about this, is the family trust I'm on, I'm a trustee on, more matches this index than the NASDAQ because we got lots of dividend stocks and shit like that. What else we got? Yeah, short-term interest rates shows how expectations have changed, but we'll see what happens. This is the interesting one, the semiconductors. Pink bar signal, warning signal. That's a warning. And what it is it's the market's not 100% sure of its progress going forward. You judge it all against the lows. So it may keep going higher next week, or maybe it starts to turn down. I believe this is a direct reflection of that ASML where they just barf their earnings. And look at that. I don't really track this one, but you get uptrend here. Blah. Big surprise. White bar sell signal. Man, they're trying to figure it out. The bulls and the bears trying to figure it out. Is this business doing bad? And then it gets confirmed again. Barf. So you see how markets signal way ahead of time what's going on, how they feel. This one here was the beginning of the trend change. This one here just confirms something's gone wrong in semiconductors. And now it's beginning to be reflected in the sector ETF with the pink bar signal. So you see, this is how you read charts. This is how you interpret market action. So that's a warning signal, and we'll see what happens next week. S&P 500 keeps going up. Enough said. SPYs matching, all looks good. Sentiment, nice kind of mild, moderate right here after swinging up, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now it looks like it's leveling out a little bit. Sentiment, when it's sort of mid-range, is good for trading. Sentiment here, stocks above the 200-day, looks healthy. Also, the 40-day, looks healthy. Nothing crazy there. The tan. So I was heaping abuse on solar all the way starting back in here. It then did the sideways range, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Had a couple of false signals in here. Didn't turn into anything. And now look, it's really beginning to give up the ghost in a bull market. So I run my trading portfolio like a long short fund. Well, guess if you're going to be short anything, you short the weaklings, right? All agreement? Heads nodding. Where do you think I'm short? Solar. Short the weaklings. Be long the strength, short the weak. That's how you do this. It's simple. Here we go. TLTs. Longer term treasuries. Not doing so hot, huh? Look at that. The pink bar signal right there, followed by another one right here, and now the trend just keeps looking a little lower. Interesting. The VIX bouncing above the moving average here, but it's not a breakout. But man, people are just scared. Makes me wonder, what are they scared of? I don't know. The charts all look like they're going up. So, I don't know. We'll see. What is that? REITs? Moving higher. Not that I own any, but just keeping an eye on it. Housing, again, moving higher. Energy. Had a box breakout with a yellow bar signal here, but then couldn't follow it up. See how the reaction to the signal is more important than the signal? The reaction here, not so great. Look at it come down again. It just goes to show you how weak energy is at the moment. Financials, on the other hand, going to new highs. XLF. Amazing, huh? Utilities, the Utes. What's a Ute? Utilities keep going higher. Had a little scare here, but overall the sector's going higher. But some of the individual components might struggle a little bit, and I'll show you those in a sec. All right, so that's it for the indexes. Let's get going a little faster here. Box breakouts, textbook box breakouts. So, does this look bullish? When you've got a big list of stocks here that all have the same pattern, you know you're in a bull market. Okay, little AOI. I own this. Oh, and by the way, the last couple of weeks I haven't really done much trading. So yeah, I've missed some really, awesome moves, but that's okay. When personal stuff intrudes, don't try and trade when when you got personal stuff, going on. It's all right. The stock market will still be there when you get back. It's always good to take a deep breath and step away. Don't let it dominate your life. But it's easy to do because it's interesting. So we got the box breakout right here. A little volatility, but look at that go higher. Look at that. That's sort of a 50-50. I may start to think about, maybe I really need to put a hard stop in here. But, I'm long in the 12s to the 18s. That's a 50% gain in, 6 weeks. That's not bad. Affirm. Oh, here we go. A box breakout, but we got a failure. Box breakout, failure. See there? That means this one shouldn't even be on the list. And I don't even like Affirm because I think their business model is stupid. Buy now, pay later. Come on. We all know it's basically extending credit to the poorest, least credit-worthy people on the planet. Don't do it. Buy now, pay never. That's really the the model. Headache central, I think. But AXON, look at that. Box breakout, higher. Caterpillar, box breakout. I sold it here on Friday just because in the other personal issues, that trust, which is in dispute, that one's got Caterpillar in it. I don't need it. So sold it here, but a nice little gain, but a textbook box breakout. This one, shows you how even the weaklings are beginning to move. Clear suck, or clean spark, whatever it is, clean suck. Not a chart which really attracts me, or a company that does, but look at that, box breakout. And it had a little inside weak signal as well, but there's better charts out here. Because see, this one's low. The better ones you want are the ones making new highs. But I showed this just because it fits the profile. Here's one that's better. CORZ, box breakout, moving higher. I'm not wild about this one because I think it's got too many shares outstanding, and meaning so it won't have a giant move. You'll be scratching for every dollar. But it's bullish, box breakout. Carvana, box breakout, moving higher. If you bought this at, let's say 160, if you bought it perfect, well, you made a quick 30 points. Hood, box breakout. I've got a couple of people on Twitter who keep telling me I'm a moron because I didn't buy Hood. Yeah, that's fair. I should have bought it, but I didn't. What I don't like is the sheer number of shares outstanding. I like much smaller floats. But Hood is doing great. Look at that. Box breakout, moving higher. I do have this one, IonQ. Man, volatile. But bought it in there, and how it comes in. I sold it here right before it ripped. I didn't know it was going to rip. Then I bought it here, and then this volatile pullback. And I was a little nervous because see how it's big green followed by big red. But then as it followed back, I bought it again. And now third time was the charm. Boom. Nice return here. And this is following basically the volume, you know. So we'll see what happens on that. This one, box breakout here. Another box breakout here. Great move. I don't know much about this company, but looks great. LMT. Look at this. Box breakout all the way back here in July. You think this has been an easy hold for those longs? This is the easiest hold I think I've seen. Absolutely buy it and do nothing. And then you had the signal right here. Another chance to get in. And what does it do? It keeps going higher. So keep that in mind. If you miss the big breakout here, it'll usually give you a signal, a valid trading signal, to help you get in again at a later time. You could have used this one, or the higher probability one is that one. Meta box breakout moving up. MSTR, Bitcoin, look at that box breakout. Very volatile reaction, but it ended up higher. This is where if you buy it and it comes down, don't panic. You know, limit your risk, but you got to let it play out. And that comes to time frames. If you're trading off a daily time frame, well then yeah, you got to use the daily charts. If you're buying because of a weekly pattern, then use the weekly charts. You know, if you're buying off a monthly pattern, stick to the monthly charts. If you can stay consistent in that way, your results will improve, in my opinion. Net box breakout, moving higher. Oracle, enough said. PI, I own this one. This pissed me off, but it's part of the semiconductor group or technology thing, so maybe it was affected by the ASML, I don't know. But no signals. And I bought it because of a weekly chart, so I'm using a weekly chart to evaluate it. Right now, while this pisses me off, we'll see what happens. Wait another week. That's trend following 101. PLTR, box breakout right here. Look how it moved up. Nice move. Now, PLTR, you got to take into account this. It's basically at resistance highs like that. So if it's going to stop, I would expect it to stop basically right here. Like, you might want to consider taking your money off the table here. Like, man, it's had a great run, but I don't know if it's going to go further. It's got a market cap of almost 100 billion. You think that's inflated enough? If it were me, I'd probably take half off right here. Why risk it? And by the way, on this chart, it had an average breakout here, had definitely volatility here. So let's say you didn't quite believe in it. Well, here's where you could have believed in it here. You see how the market gives you multiple chances on winners? So just because you miss a bar, it's set up and then it broke out here. I was stupid. I bought it here, I sold it here. I'm not the greatest fan, and then of course it does that in my face, and you know, that's the way it goes. Little Poet, box breakout, I still own this. I could have sold it here, but I was too busy with other crap. Rubric, I did buy this one on the box breakout here, so I'm long right here. I could have gotten in earlier here, but you know, I wasn't really watching it. The tell, in hindsight, was this little action right here. Look at that volume. Some traders out there have said that they don't like using volume. I'm like, I don't get it. So I'll have to disagree. But look at that. Big selling, and then investors came back in. No, we want it. We want it. Supply, demand. and then it sort of futzed around. This is where it really should have been preparing, but better late than never. Reddit, box breakout. Whoop, box breakout there. It's a bull market, huh? RKLB, whoops. RKLB. Tight, look at that. Inside, inside, double inside. This is tight. When people say the chart's trading tight, they could say it on here. No, that's not here. Tight is inside. Double inside, triple inside, that means tight. And away it goes. If you didn't own it, there was your signal right there. And look at the volume. Green, 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 green. I was late to this one. Better late than never, and I used this signal to get in. So, looking good, Lewis. Feeling good, Billy Ray. Roku keeps grinding higher. I have no idea why, but it fits the profile, and I'm tracking it. So, SE higher, box breakout higher. I own this one. SG. Oh, we have a Houston. We have a problem. Box breakout here, and the reaction, not so good. This one comes off the list. Oh, Shark Ninja's been on this list forever. Keeps going higher. Another signal right there, a bullish signal. What a great stock. Spotify, box breakout here. Keeps going, grinding higher. TKO, box breakout, grinding higher. Uber, box breakout. Sort of grinded and then boom. And now, a normal pullback, but bullish. URI, box breakout, moving higher. I mean, what more do we need to see, right? Box breakout, moving higher. How many times can I repeat myself? All right, let's look at the bullish list that has bullish stocks, but that don't quite fit the mold. Apple. For whatever reason, Apple is higher, but on low volume. So we'll see. There was a bullish signal here, and then an inside. Is Apple the most exciting? No, but it's moving up. This one here had good earnings, so we got a yellow bar buy signal, but then some shake and bake action in here, but it ended up being another bullish signal. If you're considering this stock, set an alert here for 16 whatever. If it hits, buy it. I use alerts all the time. If it hits that, buy it. If not, don't worry about it. So you missed it from 12 to 15 or 16, whatever. Big deal. You'd have taken undue risk down in here, and who could have expected this to happen? And if you bought it in, let's say at 15, well then you got potentially shake and baked on that. The safer play is to buy the new when it goes above these bars. A-Lab, no real huge signals, but I'm putting this in because I know this is turning into a winner. Green, green, green. Inside weak, so this is more like a 50-50 signal bar. If you're interested in A-Lab, and I'm interested in it, and if you've missed it all this time, here's how you trade it. You just buy or sell it, whichever way it decides to go. Let's set an alert on the high one. APP, green, 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 moving higher. What a move. Broadcom, moving higher. Well, actually, it's been moving higher from the signal here, but if this gets caught up in the semiconductor stuff, well, this will show up. But at the moment, this looks fine. BRK. It's the only reason it's on this list is because this signal here resolved to the upside. Not the best uptrend, but each week a little higher. Keep an eye on it. Kava moving higher. There's your signal. But, big red. Hasn't been any big green, but, the market's up, so why shouldn't this one be up? CEG, inside bar, and it got real volatile in here. Same deal. If you miss this whole move, well, here's your chance. But my personal opinion is that this news is already baked in, and maybe it goes sideways, but I don't know. We'll see. Sell H. I shorted it here. I covered it here. We've had green volume. Is this the point where it turns around and goes back to 100? Well, I kind of doubt that, but that's a bottom of sorts, but it needs more time to really see. Coin, yellow bar buy signal. Coin's back, I guess. Dash, moving higher. Dell, here was the signal here. Been grinding higher. DJT, Donnie Boy, look at this green volume. You had a signal here. So keeping track of it simply because it's a bull market. GE, yep, keeps going higher. GEV, yep, keeps going higher. Google, Google actually should probably come off this list because we got a high and now two lows, and it actually looks a little low. I'm going to move it off. IoT, up, 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 and now an inside bar. We'll see how that resolves. ML. So I own this one. This was a big winner from 2023. It really turned and went south here. I mistakenly tried it again in here. It's like my little pet. It had a pink bar here, not looking so hot. And now, but I put a line across the top. It actually hit that, so I bought a little bit. Nothing huge, but I'm sort of nostalgic for it. We'll see if it does anything. And it's funny, is the day before I bought it, I told somebody on Twitter, yeah, no, I'm not interested. That's how the market goes. MU, yeah, still grinding higher. Netflix, blue bar signals going higher. Right here, this one, speculative NNE. Well, blue bar signal indicates bullish, but we'll see. Reaction, we need the reaction. Right here, steel. There's a bullish signal. It's been bullish since. NVIDIA, box breakout, but on low volume. But it's looking a little higher. Ferrari, box breakout here. Little pullback action, but then here's your inside bar, resolves higher. That trend following. RTX, box breakouts and higher. See a box breakout here, low volume, but defense names keep going. Turns out I own this in the other trust also. Shop, moving higher. No big breakouts or anything, but it's a bull market. Square, box breakout, but low volume, but it's moving higher. And you see how it struggled among all these weeks to do anything? Just shows you how the tides have turned. Why are people fighting the bull market? I don't know. Upstart. Big box breakout here. Formed a new box, had another box breakout, lower volume. And now, this is interesting. It sort of closed. It's just ripping. Closed at the midpoint. I was a little skeptical of valuation back in here. Now I'm really skeptical. And this is a thing where you use volume to determine sell signals as well. The way this ripped on the volume here, is this a time to sell it now? It's gone from 22 to 53, doubled, more than doubled. All I know is their earnings are in early November, and they better report just an incredible number. Otherwise, this is going to go back down. Venom, Venom, box breakout, low volume, but moving higher, bull market. Yellow bar signal, move higher, bull market. I bought the wolf. I bought some of that off of the hammer. And you see, I'm focusing more on little smaller companies rather than the big liquid movers. I just don't need some of those big ones. ZS, big signal, but a pullback. We'll see. Okay, what is bearish? There's not a lot bearish, but there is still some stuff bearish. AMD's on this. I keep putting AMD here because I know people are really interested in it. And it did have a box breakout, but low volume. And now it's gotten some contra action, red selling. And now it's moved down when everything else is moving up. 2 weeks down below the high right there. I don't know, man. Plus it's broke or about to break the box level. AMD just doesn't have the mojo. It lost the mojo back here. Ever since, market's voting that it just doesn't got it. ANET, pink bar signal. It's a warning signal. Set an alert there, just in case. ARM. That's a shooter bar, inverse hammer. Uh-oh. Are things about to turn in AI world? I don't know. We'll see if this goes down, but I might end up shorting this because I only got a few shorts. And like I said, I like to match longs with shorts. So CVLT, look at that. Incredible uptrend. And now we've got a warning signal. And it closed at the very low. This one's a be very careful. And it's not only closed at the low, but it's at a box range low. So if this dumps, well, this trend may be over. And if this is part of the ASML thing, well, I don't know. We'll see. ELF, I'm short this one. Based on the numbers, I don't even need, here, I've got a little tool, ELF. And based on the numbers here, look at this. 100, 200, 182, 128, 54, 26, 0. That's incredible deceleration. Now we've had it here, but now the reason why to continue to be short, it says a $6 billion valuation. They made $1. That's about 55 million bucks. So 55 million. Well, they're going to make 430. Well, what's 3.5? I would say that the downside is probably to about here at the worst. So I'm short up here at 150. Let's see, can I make more on this? I don't know. But the chart is not saying any reason to buy it. Red, 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 red. It's like sell H. There's no, until right here, from right here, there was zero reason to be buying it. Yeah, you had a potential signal there, and what did it do? It failed. You had a potential signal here. What did it do? It resolved downwards. So ELF, think it's going to be more of the same? Probably. ENPH, I'm short this one from right here. Box breakdown. Remember how weak solar is. Short the week. FSLR, white bar sell signal. I shorted it this week because, why not? I can't find many shorts. So it closed down a little bit. But the whole solar sector, I don't know. This may be coming back down here. GH still, look at that, just down, 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 down. Moderna. I wish I'd shorted this one. This is the VAX. I'll be happy when this hits 0. Qualcomm, there's a shooter signal. Uh-oh, semiconductors. Struggling. Rivian. This one's probably shortable, but, you know, it'll only make 10 bucks. Stinger, that's a sell signal. You see right there, resolved down. TMDX, the big winner, but now it's got a box breakdown with big red here. They took it as far as it can go. Now it's going the opposite. Tesla's on the bearish list. Pink bar signal that resolved downwards. Red, red on the volume. Red, red, red on the volume. This is one, if you covered up the ticker symbol, would you be buying it? No. Long simply bought into it because it's Tesla, and they read the headlines. Well, the trading action did not quite match the headlines. Yeah, you could have made some money, but it didn't stick. VST, pink bar signal here, followed by an inside bar. It's still unresolved. That may be a sell point right there. Notice the difference on this versus CEG. That one may be up here or maybe here as well. Let's put it there. Then the Zeta, not doing so hot. When you get a bullish signal that's broken to the downside, that's bearish. So, we've got bulls and bears. We come to the end of the list. We've got far more bullish stocks than bearish stocks, but there are a few bears in here. So, yeah, if you want to play like me and have matched portfolios, sure, go right ahead. Otherwise, you're doing just great if you're just fully long. With a list of box breakouts like this, I mean, just keeps going higher. So, you know, 1 week at a time. We'll see what happens this trading week, and I hope everyone does really well. And I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.